I did not know that I could go live on YouTube. I used to be able to years ago, and then like I couldn't anymore. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited that this feature is back for me. So I will post this reading. I just did this reading, but it was pre-recorded. And I said that I would do some clarifiers and qualifiers and all that there as a second reading. And I'm happy to do it live because then I don't have to be bothered with uploading the video. So if you want to know how far we've gotten here, it'll be the reading before this. I don't know what I will title it. Perhaps I'll probably title it First YouTube Reading, okay? Because this is the first one that I will put on YouTube. But I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Jetty, Empress Jetty, the Rabble Rouser, High Priestess of Ma'at. This is a Black Enlightainment production here at Black Enlightainment. We're broadcasting consciousness. We invite the highest vibrational lovers of love and wisdom into the room. Anybody else, y'all got to go, okay? Beat it, scram, and all that stuff. So this reading, if I would almost want to recap it, but I don't really want to do all that because, time and all. But please do go and check out what this reading had to say, because it's just beautiful, strong, powerful, beautiful stuff, especially for you gentlemen. This is a very masculine reading here, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful story that's playing out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if there's anything else that we need to know here. Is there any other players, any other things that we need to know? And we're going to drop that where it drops. Okay. Now, let's see. For the last reading, we did go to the pendulum. Are we to take everything as upright or take distortions? All right. So let's see. Everything is upright. Okay. So, wow. Intervention. This is the Princess of Air, or swords, and she's intervention. Very interesting that she jumps out here, because this was the kind of the conclusion of the reading, which was saying that this divine masculine was going to need, like the wisdom of Father Time, was going to need ancient masculine wisdom and strategy to create a reconciliation. But here we've got an intervention. Now, she came out twisted, but the pendulum says to take everything as upright. So there's an intervention in play here, right? Now, typically, a lot of people consider intervention as like it's something that blocks, right? Or it's something that comes between something, right? Two things or some things. And so a lot of people would feel like an intervention is a block, right? To something blocking this reunion. But how I'm reading it, because she is upright, this is divine intervention. This is, and remember, okay, so if you didn't watch the other video, which of course you didn't because I didn't post it yet, but when you watch the other video, you'll see that what is going on here is this divine masculine is needing to tap into the faith side of things, which is the feminine aspect of consciousness, right? And so that makes sense that in order for this to happen, he does have to have a plan. He does have to have a way that he's going to approach this feminine, because he wants to marry this feminine. He wants to build a life with this feminine. And she's divine, she's honorable, she's all the things, right? but they're apart, right? There was some structure that was holding them apart. That structure could be anything from, friend groups to work schedules to anything, right? Witches, covens, so anything, time and space, whatever it was, a structure was holding them apart. So it's going to take divine intervention to orchestrate this reunion. So he does have to have a plan, but his plan is only going to work with the assistance of divine intervention. Okay? So, which I love because it forces him to be masculine in taking a bull by the horns approach, which is what we talked about here, but also to rest in the feminine aspect, knowing that he doesn't control all of the factors, right? Is there more? Is there more that okay, wow, the cards are hot, y'all. The cards are hot. There is more. It's coming out upside down and it's attached to this security. Remember, this is the security. Okay, you don't remember because you didn't get that reading. Okay, so this security here is the security of like everybody sitting around the hearth together, right? The elders, the little ones, the cousins, the aunties, all those couples, new couples just falling in love and googly eyes at each other, old couples that have been together for generations and generations, couples that are still bearing children and like, it's that kind of security, right? So this comes, wow, this is such a masculine reading. So this guy came out hiding, and this is the king of air or the king of swords, and he represents authority, right? Why he was hiding, I don't know. But it's interesting that both of these are swords. This is an intervention and this is authority, right? So a king of swords is a head over heart kind of a guy. He is a very analytical dude, okay? Right? He's this kind of a guy. He's got a well thought out plan. There's a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C. And they are all meticulous, right? He's that kind of a guy. So I don't know why he would come out hiding in this security. There's something weird about that I don't really understand. Why is this king hiding? Why is this? And remember that also, okay. Because this position here is what's going on in this person's inner circle, right? Now, this inner circle could be human people that they're confiding in, or it could be their angels or spirit guides or something like that. But this person is, when this card, the faith card came out, it came out a little bit challenged. So this person is learning, I think, to incorporate faith into his movements, right? So this authoritarian kind of very analytical, and he's fair, guys. He's a fair, upright, this is an upright king, and he came out upright, and we were given the instruction to take all of these upright anyway. So even if they come out just like in a not an upright position, was to take them all as upright. So this guy is an upright, upstanding guy, but he's hiding. Why is he hiding? And he's hiding in this guy's circle, right? So this is someone who is very fair, very analytical, giving very sound, well thought out advice, but it's not necessarily a relationship that people know this person has, right? So this would be like, nobody knows that you talk to the prime minister, about you two kick it. Like, Nobody knows you're friends with the person. You have his personal number and you can call him and you guys talk about your women problems, you know? It's that kind of a thing. Like it's a good solid uh relationship, right? And it's a good solid person. And I'm not saying that necessarily any particular prime minister anywhere is good or solid. I'm just using that as an example. But it's not something that is publicized, right? So, okay, why do we need to know that? If it's means it's a good connection and it's an upright connection and it's hidden, why do we need to know? Why do we need to know? Okay, wow, I'm telling you guys, the cards are freaking hot, 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 hot cards. Options, options, options. Now we're seeing some things. Okay, so when we, and by the way, we're still in air energy, swords energy, right? Blades, thought, right? Thought, communication, technology, air is swift, it's accurate, it's the arrow, it's Oshusi energy, right? So hallelujah. Shandaila sarenta kanamana. Options. Options. So this person, this gentleman here, that makes a lot of sense why this is such a challenge. Because I'm like, this is all seems great. What's the issue here? Well, probably because this guy, this divine masculine who's reading this is, who desires this good, healthy, holistic life. He's honorable. He wants an honorable. He's got honorable friends. He realizes he needs a helpmate. He needs his divine partner in place. He is coming up with a strategy. This reconciliation that he wants to get married, but he's got options. And probably this guy is maybe telling him to keep his options open. Don't seal the deal quite yet. Maybe that's what that's connected to, right? Oh, and I see some mirroring going on there, 1221, when I called that out. So, wow. All right. So he is being well advised by this guy to keep his options open. Why? What's going on? Everything seemed in line with this reconciliation with this divine feminine, this honorable divine feminine. What are these options that he's needing to keep open? And why is it such a secret that they're even discussing this? Okay, so can you tell us more about these options? Oh, okay. These two are borderline, so we're going to take a peek at them. Seed and loss. Oh, wow, that's tricky. All right, let's see what this one is talking about. Luxury, of course, of course, of course. Now it makes sense. Okay, because this gentleman is, we established that this gentleman is rethinking what he thinks of the good life, right? This is someone who has built for himself a good, sturdy, pretty luxurious life, right? And so whoever this counterpart that he is greatly considering that represents this kind of good life, the good life that money can't buy, he may be challenged by the thought that while it's beautiful to be appreciated for the aspects of you that money can't buy, it's also tricky because does that person appreciate the work that you put in to get the things that money can buy, right? And in making the choice to head toward building a life that is based on the good things that money cannot necessarily buy, then that means a lot of the energy that's been put into, because now we're in pentacles, right? These are all three pentacles, coins, earthly treasures, right? So this person is wondering if if he will be despised even or unappreciated for the work that he has put in to building a luxury life. Because here comes luxury over here with the helpers. Here comes luxury, right? This is this kind of luxury. You see what we got? We got diamonds and pearls. This is the fancy stuff. So he's struggling because he doesn't know if this partner who he wants, this beautiful divine feminine, if she can appreciate that, if she's going to even cause him losses in that area, right? He's going to have to, because he's going to know that if he starts to invest more time in the things money can't buy, that's less time that he's going to be able to invest in the things that money can buy, right? And so he's struggling with that, right? He's struggling with that. And this guy is probably, because we've already established that his advisors are good, solid, divine masculines. So this guy is probably in this here, I sense a test. I sense a test for this feminine, right? Is she anti-wealth, right? Because these are not anti-wealth people. These are people that are used to having money. These are people that are used to having, they're used to being able to buy it when they want it or they need it. And so that's what I think is going on here. There's a test, and that would make sense for this intervention, right? There's a test. They want to test this feminine. This plan here, they want to test this feminine and make sure that she really is the best option. Because in this case, this is not a man who will sacrifice the finer things for the things money cannot buy. This is a man who wants the finer things and the things money cannot buy, okay? I desire that you would prosper and be in good health even as your soul prospers. And he wants to make sure that that's what this woman is on. He wants to make sure that she's not like, going to be upset if he has to sacrifice some quality time to get the bag, who's not going to be, upset with him if he splurges and buys some fancy car, who's not going to judge him for his champagne tastes, because he does have champagne pockets, right? He's got a champagne wallet and he does have champagne tastes. And so while this woman balances that out with her, dude, champagne is good, but waters from the creek is good too. He doesn't want to run over there and end up in a poorhouse with this woman talking about all you need is love. He ain't trying to hear that all you need is love. All he needs is love and a comfortable couch. You know what I'm saying? And love and some nice ass shoes and stuff like that. Okay, so tell us more. What's going on here? Tell us more. Okay. Ooh, wow. All right, where are they going? Where are they going? Here. Here? Yeah, okay, here. All right, so now we've got the Seven of Swords, which is deception, and the High Priestess, which is spirituality, right? Pure spirituality. So, and they're coming over here in this strategy. So yeah, they're going to test her. That's his strategy, is he's going to test her. Because what he's looking for is, he doesn't want this divine feminine, this high priestess, he doesn't want to be faked out. He doesn't want to be tricked. He doesn't want to be captured by a witch, right? He doesn't want somebody who's pretending not to want him for his money, but he also doesn't want someone who's pretending to value his money. He wants to make sure that this woman understands what I just said. I desire that you would prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers, right? So part of his strategy is to test this high priestess, to test this woman, and does her spirituality, like, you ain't take no vow of poverty or no shit, did you, girl? Okay? So Yeah. Wow. Okay. 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 So he's gonna trick her. He's gonna try to trick her somehow. What? That's the intervention, is to try to trick her. How are they going to trick her? What does this even look like? This is getting weird. Okay. Is there more? I mean, this is. Tell us more about this. Tell us more about this deceiving of this high priestess. Tell us more about this. Bounty, bounty, bounty. And bounty's coming here with the helper and with the friends. With good, these are good, solid friends, guys. Bounty is connected to this high priestess. So what are they gonna do? Send her? Because remember, this is also connected to options. What are they doing? They're gonna try to send in one of the homeboys who is like gonna test her gangster somehow and see how she responds to wealth, or I don't know. This is weird. Bounty is connected to deceiving this high priestess. What? Talk to me. Tell me more. The star, I know. Authenticity. Okay, authenticity. All right. So this is both really beautiful. This is a great reading. Okay, so authenticity, and it falls over here with the loss, right? Remember, he's worried about losing investments and stuff. So they want to know if she is real. They want to know if she's real. If she's real enough that she'll still be her. Okay, yes. They want to know if she'll still be her, whether they are living in the lap of luxury, whether they are dead ass broke, whether they are, living off the land somewhere, living their best little off-grid life, if they are somewhere in a high rise in Manhattan, right? This masculine wants to know that she's still going to show up. Hallelujah. Sharadakana Lasa 222 on a timer. He wants to know that she's still going to be the same her, right? She's still going to bring that same energy. So like, some women, they're all smiles when things are going the way that they think they should go. But when things, oh, glory, 2244. But when a masculine has to make an executive decision that's going to be contrary to what the feminine may have him to do, right? Whether that is it's going to cause a financial loss or a financial gain, right? Maybe the feminine, he might be afraid that she's only going to show up as her divine, authentic self when they're not, pardon me, around a lot of money. But then if they're around money, is she going to be bitter and you people are all superficial and materialistic, or vice versa, right? You people are all poor and broke and, and work him like a slave to maintain some life of luxury. He needs to know that she is going to remain in her authentic truth, that the woman that he has experienced is the woman that he will experience whether they're up or down, right? So let's see. Is there more? Is there more to know? Is there more to know? Do you have more? Yeah. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, okay. I told y'all these cards are hot today. And this one, okay, this card, stagnation, and it comes out way in the past, way in the past, right? So, stagnation. Okay, so he has had experiences where women have blocked that makes sense. That makes sense. That brings this back in. That makes sense. He has had experiences with women who have blocked his progress in one way or another. Okay? And that has marked him. He does not want to bring a woman in close who is going to block his progress and keep him stagnant. And that probably relates to both areas where he desires to grow and expand, in the material, right? And in the spiritual. He's wounded there. That's a wounding him. That's a wounding that he has to navigate and manage, right? And depravity. Yeah. Now, and by the way, we've moved into cups now, right? Bounty, depravity, stagnation. These are all cups. So the cups or water, that's emotions and feelings, emotions, that kind of stuff. So let me see the camera. Okay. Camera, look now. Work with me. So, all right. Depravity, stagnation. He is really worried about being seduced by a false feminine and ending up losing and ending up stuck in places where he's already made progress or where he would like to make progress. He is really concerned about that. And that's probably why he has not taken action, because if you've been following these readings on TikTok, this guy has been sitting on, like, he's not moving on this, and he keeps looking for another sign and more advice and this and that, and all things point to whoever this divine feminine is. All things point to her, but he is not moving on it. And the reason he's not moving on it is because his ass has been wounded. Women have played his ass before and have caused him to be stagnant, okay? And he wants to give. He is like a lover boy. He wants to pour all of his love. And that doesn't just mean hugs and kisses. This brother wants to buy people fancy shit, okay? He wants the big fat ring on her finger. He wants to show off. He wants to flex. He wants to floss, right? And he wants the hugs, the kisses, all of that stuff. But like, he doesn't want to be suckered. He doesn't want to be suckered and just, get played. He is very, very nervous about that. And that's probably why his advisor is saying, which might be his own conscience, which, like I said, could be a friend, could be his spiritual guides, could be his own conscience, but deep down inside, he's saying, think this through. To keep your options open until you're sure. Make sure you're sure. But dude, he's been making sure he's sure for the past 10 readings. So, bro, you're sure. But he's wounded here. What can we do? What do we need to know? If the feminine is listening, what can she do? Is there something she can do? Wait, let's bring that one to the pendulum, okay? Okay. This is a yes, and this is a no. Is there something this feminine can do? Is there something the feminine can do to help this brother? That's a no. No, she just has to let him work this out. Okay, well, is there more that we need to know? He's got to work this out. He's got to work this out. Is there more that we need to know? One more. King of Cups. King of Cups is creative. He's, okay, so this is a heart over head king, right? This king is tapped into his intuition. This king, remember I said he's a lover boy and he just wants to love and hug and kiss, and he wants to shower his love all over this woman. And that showering looks like compliments, gifts, hugs. It's all the things, right? Considering her. He wants to operate in his King of Cups energy, and he's also being advised in his King of Cups energy. So what's interesting is these two kings are kind of the opposite of each other, right? They're both upright, right? But this is the head over heart king, and this is the heart over head king. So what's beautiful is he has to find that balance, right? He's got to understand that His feelings are, no, you're not, this isn't lust. This isn't, you're not being led astray. Press into this love. You have reasoned through it, right? He's already seen it from his brain has reasoned that this is sensible, and his heart knows that this is home for him, right? Like this woman, this is it, brother, right? So he's going to have to trust his heart with this one. He's going to have to trust his heart. He's going to have to trust his heart. And he's going to have to trust his heart. All right, we'll see. Is there, have we understood so far, or is there something we have not understood? Something we haven't understood. I thought that there's something in there that's missing. That's why I asked. So what's missing? What have we not understood? It's down here. It's in here, I think. What are we missing? Can you tell us what we're missing? Oh, okay, not this deck. All right, let's see. Tell us what we're missing. It's out of your or their control. It's out of your or their control. Right. Destiny is at play here. It's out of their control. That's the part that he has to understand. Just like I asked if there was something that the divine feminine could do, and it was like, no, right? It's out of your or their control. This is something that they have to resign to fate. I'm surprised fate didn't come out. They have to resign to fate. They have to understand that this has been orchestrated for the purpose of bringing this union together. Everything has been orchestrated. Everything in their lives had been orchestrated to bring this divine union together. So all of this testing and all of this thinking and all of this strategizing, that's all well and good. But at the end of the day, this is something that the divine has orchestrated. And so I'm urged to caution. Remember, the omnipotence of the divine came out, right? Like this is the Most High's doing. And remember, this is divine, this is divinity here as well, right? This is Father Time. Father Time intervening before this, right. Father Time intervenes before the reconciliation. So this is something that divine timing is at play. Divine timing is at play. So he can go through all of these gymnastics, and it's good for him to do this, stuff and all that. He probably should do his inner healing work and all of that. But at the end of the day, this one is in the hands of the divine. And the divine is, oh, you can't see over there. So this is the divine timing, Father Time, intervening before this reconciliation. This is something that just has to come together when it's time. And probably what's going to make that happen is when he settles into both of these, when he realizes that got it, thank you. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. Okay, so remember when this guy came out, he came out face down, right? He is hiding behind his thought process, behind his reasoning. And he has got to understand that love does not work like that. Love is not a thought process. Love is what it is. It just happens, right? You can't reason your way into or out of true love. You just can't. It happens, right? And so probably what this divine intervention here is the Most High giving him time to reconcile with the fact that love is not the type of thing that you control that way. Okay. Have we understood, or is there more or something missing? That's unclear. Have we understood, or is there, have we understood, or is there more or something missing? Okay, we've understood. Okay. All right. So divine masculine, you got to press into the love of it. You know, you already know. You already know it's good, it's solid. You already know all the stuff. I'll post the reading that the Indinkra reading by itself, right? um, Brother, you already know. You just have to press into your heart. And this is not going to come to you. You're not going to be able to create this reconciliation until you press into your heart, until you walk in your authenticity, until you just go ahead and love freely. You're going to have to take a chance. Love is always a chance. There's no guarantee that love is going to be what you think it should be. But this is a pretty strong love. This is like the kind of a love that the community needs to happen, right? This is the kind of love that builds the village that raises the child. So he's just going to have to trust that. He's just going to have to trust that. And this deception of this high priestess that is happening or whatever, probably he lied, okay? Probably he lied and came up with some reason they shouldn't be together to hide the fact that his ass is in love. He's in love. And he can see the whole life, all of life unfolding with this woman. And that shit probably scared him, right? He's like, oh no, she put a spell on me and shit, right? He's like, what magic is this? What spell is this? He's like, she tricked me. What has she done? Bruh, it's called love, okay? It's called real, actual, true love, okay? So anyway, that's a reading. If you would like me to make you any of these decks, hit me up. You know, mine are all old and beat up, so it's not the best advertisement for them. But yeah, I can make you. They're nice because they're small, and you can take several decks with you somewhere in like the size of a purse. And then like this thing, the scarf, I have a drawstring around it that I just can pull here. And so if I pull this, it just shoop, right? And then I keep these in, just so you know, just so you know how it'll come, right? Like, okay, so here's one of the bags I actually keep two of the decks right in here, a little small bag. And then these bags go inside of this, and I just shoop, and that's an easy way to carry them, so that, you know, those of you readers who like to, you know, carry your cards, this is a nice way that you can take several decks with you without like needing a whole big giant backpack. And so I'll show you guys. This was made for my friend. I made this for my friend. And so I'll take out the little note for him. So this, if I can pull him out here. Sorry. So, like this is an Endinkra set that I made for Comrade. This is citrine, a pendulum for him. Right, citrine is the merchant's stone. That one brings money, action, and all that. And then the book with it is a hand. Oh no! Oh, there goes that. It's a hand-sewn book. Got a little pink Himalayan sea salt in there just to keep them pure. But I hand write the you know. Now, all these things I will do by hand, guys, right? So those are the general meetings. I also leave lots of space for taking of notes and for, you know, if you're going to add to the decks yourself or anything like that. So that I handmade the little notebook. I handmade the bag. And then, as you see, lots of the cards fall out here, right? So these are just some of the Endinkra. So this is just an example of what, if you would order So there's no guarantee that your bag will look exactly like this or that your cards will be exactly like these. It's always a creative process, right? Where you're gonna get what the spirit leads me to give you. And there's, typically I'll put a little couple stones in, some, like I said, some salt to keep the cards purified as they are in transit. Trying to get it back in there nice and tidy. So, just depending, we will talk if you want to order any decks, we'll talk and you could either get like a simple bag like this, for your deck, or something more elaborate like this. And then it could be a book like this, or just like a pamphlet with a quick, brief description of the cards, or not. If you're a reader and you already are familiar, like if you wanted a tarot deck, like this deck is kind of sort of like based on the tarot, you already know what, like a lot of the things mean, right? So you may not need a book, because I hand create them all. Each of those things would be like an added cost that we would negotiate, because I don't really have like set prices. This is not something that I have, it's not like a business that I have launched or something. It's just an offering that I'm offering to you readers. I probably will send a couple of decks, the Indinkra decks, out to some readers who have been blessing me. But if you're interested, I just want you to see what that kind of looks like, right? And so, yeah, so all hand sewn. This is cotton, 100% cotton. And yeah, that's that, guys. That's a reading. That's our first live YouTube reading. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jetty, Empress Jetty, the Rabble Rouser, High Priestess of Ma'at. This has been a Black Enlightainment reading. Most High be glorified, magnified, and praised. I hope you like this reading and that you do come back. And yay! I'm so excited to be able to go live on YouTube again. That's super cool. So I'll check you out next time, y'all. Shalom. Go be great. By the way, don't let anybody convince you that you're not perfect. Everything and everyone is absolutely perfect. How could we not be? We've been created by the most perfect entity, energy that ever could be. It is impossible for perfection to create anything except perfection. Okay? So rather than perfection being this elusive thing that no one is, and we should all be trying to not be ourselves so that we could be more perfect, maybe we should press into being more authentic and realizing the perfection that we already have manifest as. So, yeah. Love y'all. Shalom.